A quick note before we start. Everything here is gathered from public sources online, so some details may be incomplete or out of date. I'm not an expert. If you spot a mistake, please drop a comment so I can learn and fix it. Thanks for watching with an open, curious mind. Right now, somewhere, someone is pressing a hand to their lower back and groaning. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's your dad, your teacher, or your bus driver. Back pain feels like a normal part of being human. But here's the strange part. Your dog doesn't get it. Your cat doesn't get it. Even a chimpanzee swinging through the trees all day almost never slips a disc. So why us? Why is the human back such a disaster? Let's start with how big this problem really is. Low back pain is the #1 cause of disability on the entire planet. Not heart disease, not diabetes. Back pain. In one recent year, more than 600 million people were living with it. That's roughly 1 in every 10 humans alive. And scientists expect that number to climb past 800 million in the coming decades. We are, quite literally, a species with a bad back. To understand why, we have to rewind a few million years. Picture our ancient ape ancestors. They spent their lives in the trees and moving on all fours. For a body like that, the spine works like a suspension bridge. It hangs gently between the shoulders and the hips. The weight is spread out, low and even. A spine like that is happy being horizontal, and for tens of millions of years, that design worked beautifully. Then, around 4 million years ago, something changed. Our ancestors stood up. Walking on 2 legs freed our hands to carry food, tools and babies. It let us see over tall grass and travel enormous distances. It was one of the best moves in the history of life. But evolution had a problem. It didn't get to design a brand new spine for standing. It had to take that old horizontal bridge and tip it upright. Imagine taking a bridge and standing it straight up on one end. That is basically what happened to our backbone, to keep us balanced. The spine bent into an S shape. One anatomist described it like this. Picture stacking a tower of cups and saucers, one on top of the other. Then balance a heavy bowling ball on the very top. That bowling ball is your head. Now try to walk around all day without the whole thing toppling. That wobbly tower is holding you up right now. Evolution didn't build this from scratch. It jury-rigged it, using the biological version of duct tape and paper clips. The upright spine gave us incredible gifts. But every gift came with a hidden bill. All of your body weight now presses straight down through those stacked bones. The soft discs cushioning them get squeezed. Day after day, year after year, push them hard enough, and one can bulge or slip out of place. That's a herniated disc, and it can be pure agony. Here is the telling clue. This kind of injury is common in humans, but it's rare in the great apes still moving on 4 limbs. Our back pain didn't come from our ancestors. It came as the price of standing tall. But this raises a curious question. If we all share the same upright spine, why do some people suffer so much more than others? A team of scientists went looking and found a clue hiding inside our bones. They compared the vertebrae of humans, chimpanzees, and ancient human fossils. And they noticed something odd. The people with the worst disc problems had vertebrae shaped a little more like a chimpanzee's. Their leading hypothesis has a name, the ancestral shape hypothesis. The idea goes like this. Evolution is still a work in progress. Some of us inherited spines finely tuned for walking upright, and some of us carry bones with a faint echo of our tree-climbing past. If your vertebrae lean slightly toward that ancient shape, your back may simply be less prepared for a lifetime of standing. In other words, some of us are carrying a little more evolutionary baggage than others. And here's where evolution reveals a hidden trick. For most of human history, women spent much of their lives pregnant. A growing baby pulls the body's weight forward, tugging the spine out of balance, left unchecked. That pull would pile on the strain, a jump of nearly 800% in the force on the lower back. So evolution engineered a fix found only in women. Researchers discovered that the lowest bones of a woman's spine are subtly different. More wedge-shaped, with reinforced joints. This lets a pregnant body lean back and rebalance that heavy load, cutting the strain by over 90%. And astonishingly, the very same design appears in female fossils millions of years old. Evolution solved this one long before we were even human. So if your back hurts, here is some comfort. It is not because you are weak, it's because you're balancing a modern life on an ancient, half-finished design. And modern life makes it so much worse. Your ancestors stood, walked, climbed, and squatted all day long. Their backs were constantly moving and getting stronger. You were built for that too, but instead, you sit. You sit in cars, at desks, on couches, hunched over glowing screens. A body shaped by millions of years of movement now spends most of its day folded into a chair. That is a mismatch your spine never saw coming. Now, being upright doesn't have to mean pain. Just look at the ostrich. It walks on two legs, exactly like we do. But its ancestors have been upright for more than 200 million years, since the age of the dinosaurs. That's dozens of times longer than we have. Evolution had all that time to smooth out their design. We have only been standing for a cosmic blink. Our spine is still the new kid, quietly working out the bugs. So the next time your lower back aches, remember what it really is. It's a 4 million-year-old trade-off that you can actually feel. The price of a bargain our ancestors made when they stood up, gazed out across the grass, and never sat back down. Your aching back is not a flaw in you. It's a receipt for one of the greatest gifts evolution ever handed us. And your body is full of these ancient bargains, hidden in plain sight. Your teeth, your cravings, even the way you sleep tell the same kind of story. We've uncovered a few of them already, and there are many more to come. So if you want to keep discovering the secrets your own body is hiding, stick around. Your ancestors still have a lot to explain.